Hello everyone, this is Darth Coonstyle back on the NovaTrails server. Hope everyone's having a terrific day today. Hope you like that little flyby. We're getting pretty good rates out of this thing now that I'm up on top of it and everything's loaded. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with this. So I went ahead and got all the sorting system put in. This was just a couple hour, or like an hour test, I think it was, an hour and 40 minutes-ish. So we got that much gold in that time. Unfortunately, we didn't get nearly as much iron in that time. So we're going to be getting a lot more gold than we are iron, even though, granted, those are ingots and those are nuggets. So I'm fine with it. We'll just have to do a little extra crafting. So as you can see here, I went ahead and went with 12, what's it called? 12 rows of 4. That'd be 48 double chests of nuggets, the primary of both farms. And then we have all the poppies. We got 4 rows of those, so 16. And then 4 rows of rotten flesh, so that's another 16. And then these right here aren't hooked up to the hopper system. All they are is for people to be able to craft and put items in. So this could be blocks or the ingots, and over here it's just going to be blocks. So, and I brought some of them up from the lower part of the farm. So while we were doing that, I also extended the bridge and moved the portal up. It syncs up just fine. So my next little part of this project is going to be basically making it a causeway over here, so I'll need to put some railings up or something. And then really the next part would be to build a actual building for this. So I kind of went with the base outline here, and this is just a little AFK room. Kind of put everything up a little higher, so there'd be room for like a ceiling in here. So this right here could be the ceiling theoretically. Gotta remember that there is repeaters up there, so can't break that. And as you can see, items are slowly filtering through and going into a water stream up top that cuts around and goes in here to be auto-sorted. And I do have, for right now, a chest right here. It's going to be, or eventually it's going to be outputting items into lava. But while I've been building, I wanted to make sure that I wasn't destroying things on accident. So for right now, anything that isn't sorted automatically goes into there, but I can't even get up to it. Hold on, let's see here. Let's go like that, and then get some blocks. So there's a few items, like the gold swords and stuff, I'm just going to have automatically destroyed. There was, I didn't even think about the ingots. I am going to have to probably add a third filter for the ingots for the gold side. I didn't even think about that. But they're so few and far between, you barely ever get any. But as you can see here, there was a bunch of items that already fell into the system when I was building. A lot of it was glass because I had to widen the hole. So let me go ahead and jump down here so I could show you guys what was happening. And I didn't even realize it was happening until I brought on my camera account. Basically, this hole right here in the middle was only 1 wide at the time. And what was happening is like 20 pigmen were getting captured right down here in the center. So it was actually causing a bit of a slowdown, I guess, for mobcat purposes. So I went ahead and climbed in there and widened that out. That was a pain in my neck. As you could probably seen, the signs weren't exactly the best placed, but I didn't remove the water stream, so it was kind of a pain to really get to. Let's see here. Actually, I need to go ahead and move these items up top too. But yeah, it's been an interesting little project, to say the least. But really, what I'm going to work on next is definitely the upper half. And then probably in between episodes, or maybe in a live stream or something, I'm going to work on the sides on the lower half up here. I kind of want to encapsulate this thing in glass, but that's kind of a daunting task, to say the least. so it's least of my concerns. But my primary concern right now is just making it to where if my server mates come in here, they can come across the causeway, AFK here, get their iron, get their gold nuggets. If they need rotten flesh for villager trading, they can get it. They need dye. Here's poppies, and yeah. So that's the plan. So I'm going to go ahead and have a little bit of a jump cut, and I do apologize if I sound a little stuffy. Yesterday, when I actually recorded the last part of the episode, I was actually getting worse instead of better from getting sick and everything, and it's now I'm just like really congested. So, so I do apologize for that, and hopefully it's not going to be too distracting from this episode. But I need to go empty out my shulker boxes and go grab some more building materials, and I'll be right back. And we are back. Got some materials collected here, and let's see. We've got some prismarine, which is mainly for the causeway. Got some sea lanterns. Went and crafted some up. I was getting low. And got a bunch of glass. And I actually have a bunch of... oh, I did forget to grab one thing, is I need to grab more lapis. Because I'm going to need a lot more blue, apparently. So I got 2 blocks here that I got from below. I ripped out some of the old stuff down below, and I got some building materials back. So, because the AFK spot's up here, so the portal down there is even disabled. So I want to kind of make it a little safer here to where people don't fall off so easily. Because unless they have an elytra and rockets, they're not really going to be able to get back up. Yeah, that's something I really didn't think through in the design of this, but it is what it is. So let's get to a crafting table real quick. Oops, helps if I don't even have any storage left. Okay, so let's just chuck a bunch of this stuff out of the inventory real quick. Give back my glass. Oops. Aye. Give me glass. Alright, so we got some glass. Let's check this out. Grab that. We'll come back for the rest of the stuff on the ground there. Don't you worry. We'll put this as this. And it's not even going to give me nearly as much as I really need. So, let's just go like that. And that's all the blue glass I get out of that, which is fine for right now. Really all I'm going to do is thicken out the causeways a bit, so I really don't need all that much, but yeah. Let's get rid of all the clear glass and get rid of some of that. We'll take this with us. Alright, so my number one concern, as I said, is widening this out. That way people don't fall off as easily. So let's go ahead and just kind of widen this out. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to... Actually, I needed that. Oh, man. Darth is not prepared today. I blame it on the cold medicine. Alright, let's see here. Take this. I'm going to need this. And I'm actually going to need some white glass, because what I was thinking about doing is going something like this along the edges. That way there's a clear boundary and people aren't automatically put off by the blue glass, which they will be some people will be to a point, especially those who are kind of afraid of heights. But what we can do is throw these interspersed here and there, and then we can use white glass to kind of make a railing in between. So we'll actually figure out an even area. So that's what my plans are on that. As far as this goes, I was thinking about bringing some actual stone brick into this a little bit. Not a lot, just enough to accent. I actually am very happy with how the nether brick kind of pops out here, and a lot of it's because it's right on top of the what's it called, Pigman Farm underneath. So it kind of fits the personality. But I'm trying to think of, do we want to go an archway over top and then like a back wall up there? Is what I was kind of thinking, and then when the archway comes down, we can just kind of box this in the back. Um, so I'll have to do some math on that and figure out the best circle to kind of do for there. So I just wanted to bring you back, show you what I was getting ready to get done, and yeah. So here after this next jump cut, I will have at least a skeleton of this and the causeway at least to the portal over there. So I'll see you guys here in a little bit. And we are back. Decided to give you guys a little aerial shot of what this is looking like. I really didn't get much done as far as the actual AFK spot, but I went ahead and got all the walkways in around the upper half of this. And it's kind of made me, especially when I stand over this direction, made me kind of want to make some pillars down. However, I think those are going to go away. What I'm thinking is we'll take these corners here and have a pillar that goes straight down into the ground. But that'll be down the line a little bit. I'm not really overly concerned about that right this moment. And heck, I could even have a pillar kind of come up from that point there to kind of quote unquote hold this up. Just to where it looks like it's structurally sound. I'll go ahead and get some cooked rabbit. So yeah, like I like how it turned out. It kind of you come through the portal. I left this block here because this is the exact center. So this is where that pillar would actually end up being, but that's exactly where the killing chamber is down below. So we can have a pillar come up from that and holding this thing up. So yeah, I kind of wanted to keep with the chambers, the what are they called, the villager chambers. I wanted to keep with that aesthetic, so I used prismarine and white glass, just mainly because I like how white glass really looks next to the prismarine. I'm probably going to top this off with something. I have no blocks on me whatsoever, just to kind of make it not so flat. So we could use slabs, even though I feel like I've almost overused those around. We could do something nether bricky, but again, I almost feel that's overused. So I might grab some dark oak or something. That way, maybe it'll match my aesthetic of my build over here a little bit. So, but we'll see. I'll come back and play with that in between the jump cuts here. But let's see, what's next? Really, when it comes down to it, it would be this area over here. And I was going to start on it like immediately, and I kind of built across, and I just wanted to see what it was going to look like from here before I started actually building it. So now that I know what this is going to look like, I think I'll go ahead and start on this, but I think the arch will be a little smaller, maybe not so like from there to there, just a little arch right there to that way I don't have to, like, I can match it in the back and it's not overly, I don't know, it's not overly like mismatched to where it's nice and even. So all right, I will go ahead and get started, see if I can figure out something, and I'll bring you back as soon as I have something. And we are back, and I think I have somewhat of a design here. Oh, start flying there. And one thing I think it's going to need is maybe some type of cylinder or something going along the backside here. But I think it's a good start. But I think the episode's starting to run a little bit long, so I think that's going to about sum it up for today. But as you can see, we got that in. I went ahead and threw some slabs down. I'm not sure if I like it. It works in my other base. Maybe if I had you know where I think the problem is I think these doors should be dark oak, which I don't really want to go through and have to do. I mean, I might do it, but Geez, that's a lot of work. So I'm not quite sold on these yet, so I haven't gone all the way around. I just did the main corridor here. Um, Otherwise, I could put something else on top. I'm not exactly sure. Kind of, kind of got to play around with it. I think I'm not exactly positive. I think any slab is actually, I don't know, not quite right. Kind of wish there was something that had more of a triangle shape, or like just a little block. Like how if you take stairs and do this, like how that has a little shape like that. I wish there was a single block that did that, but I think that would look cool. But the way it is, I think I'm just gonna take those off in between episodes. But yeah, I think this will look pretty good. I'll continue the shape. I might add some other blocks in instead. Start adding some stone bricks. Just have that be the outline and fill it in from there. But I think that's going to be it for today. So thank you for joining me on this episode on the NovaTrails server. I appreciate your time and I hope you have a terrific day. Bye.